Hello guys, I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building a little bit of a bigger family home, and it's supposed to be sort of like perfect for a family. So they have different activities in there, different skill building items as well, and it's basically just for, you know, like a core family. So they have two parents, one teen, one kid, and also one tiny human. And yeah, it's built on a 40 by 30 in Willow Creek. It has 4 bedrooms total, and 5 bathrooms. So, and also, actually the backyard is fairly small, but it has just about everything they should need, to be honest. So yeah, that is what we're doing today. So since this voiceover is going to be a little bit longer, the video as of right now is about 30 minutes long, and that is without screenshots. I did want to talk a little bit about something that I'm actually a little bit nervous to talk about, but also I'm totally hyping it up right now. It's not supposed to be like that anyways. But also, I'm just gonna jump into it. So I don't want you guys to understand this as me complaining, because it's not supposed to be. It's more supposed to be like me talking to you guys as friends about my work, because in case you're not aware, I do YouTube for a living. This is my job. So it's basically, it's just supposed to be like that, and I really need you guys to understand that this is not complaining. It's not supposed to be complaining. It's just supposed to be us talking together as friends, you know, like we usually do. I talk to you guys about my day, you tell me about yours in the comments section, and we kind of go back and forth a little bit. And I also did realize that some of you may not be super happy with me bringing up a subject or this subject, or like personal stuff, but I just feel like I need to right now. So I'm basically gonna explain just a few things, because on the last video I did have to delete a couple of comments about the house not being a medium-sized house, because I did put up a poll a couple of days ago, or sometime during last week, I think, or earlier this week. It's Sunday, we're not on to the next week. Anyways, I did have to put up a poll asking you guys what kind of like sized houses you wanted to see, and I got multiple comments on the house that I did Friday, which was a tiny house. Some of them were a little bit more complainy than others, but basically the overall gist was, why is this not a medium-sized house? I thought you were gonna do more medium-sized houses. So I'm a little bit stressed out these days, not gonna lie. Like, I feel like my chest is a little bit tight, to be completely honest, and I'm just taking it slow with whatever I'm doing for the channel. And comments like that just kind of got to me a little bit. So I'm gonna explain to you guys that I can't do medium-sized houses all the time. Doing a poll like that and you guys voting for medium-sized houses does not mean that I can do them all the time, because speed builds especially, and also machinimas actually, take a very long time to do. It's not just building and then uploading, it's editing, building processes, or building takes a long time because it's a creative process. So I personally can't just sit down and build. I have to think things through as I'm building, so it'll turn out looking good basically. So I can do new stuff in different rooms and combine new items and, you know, all that stuff, like come up with new things to do, because that's what I like to do. So also, by the way, here I did cut out some of the color scheme picking, whatever, because I couldn't figure out what color scheme to go for, so I cut some of it out just to avoid like a minute of footage of me just changing the color scheme of the house. Just thought I would point that out anyways, as you can see right there. So yeah, because of that, it doesn't just take me 3 hours to build a medium-sized house, it takes me more like 8, which is a normal workday in Denmark at least. And then there's all the other stuff on top of that. So I can't do 4 to 5 medium-sized houses every week. It's just not possible, which is why, for example, you saw me do a tiny house Friday so that I could build this for today, because this video took a very long time to do. So that's basically what, not just me, I know this from other builders on YouTube as well, that some of them, if they only do big houses and it's detailed builds as well, it depends a little bit on how much clutter you use and how much detail you put on the exteriors of the houses, of course, because more details means longer build time. So some of them will only upload twice a week, some of them upload 4 times a week, but you'll never see one that uploads every single day. It's just not possible, unless they do tiny houses every single day or apartment builds every single day. it's just not possible. So for me, for example, and I know this from other builders as well, I'll do sort of like a mix, except if I'm super busy or I'm pre-recording, I'll probably stick to smaller houses, tiny houses or apartments, and I mean smaller apartments too, because pre-recording when you're a speed builder can be very difficult considering your work week hours are already, it's already a lot. But I'm getting a little bit off subject now, but it's just, I wanted to explain why I deleted those comments because yeah, I'm just a little bit stressed out these days. I can't really take a break. I don't really want to. I just want to take it slow with whatever I'm doing. So that is what I'm doing instead. And yeah, I just thought I would explain. And yeah, also on top of that, because it might seem a little bit random that I get kind of frustrated because of a few comments about medium-sized houses, I do want to point out that on top of that, I've been getting a weird influx of negative comments too. I'm not really sure where they're coming from, and usually they wouldn't get to me at all because you kind of get a little bit desensitized to it when you're on YouTube for a while, but because I'm already a little bit stressed out, they're also getting to me, so don't think that all the positive comments are just overlooked, because they're not, and I appreciate you guys so much for being nice to me every single day, but it's the negative comments, it's a lot these days, and I don't really understand what's going on with that. So that is also affecting me, and that's why the comments about medium-sized houses are probably getting to me a little bit more than they should. But yeah, I thought I would just talk about it a little bit. So because we're friends here, we talk to each other, and usually like in real life too, I kind of stick to myself. I don't really talk about these things a lot in person, never really have, but I just felt like doing it for a change today, so hello anyways. But yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to explain a little bit about the whole process of making a video and how much time goes into it and why I can't just jump into making medium-sized houses right away. I just can't do that. Plus also, I'm trying to make varied content when I have the time, like when I'm not planning a trip to Paris or I'm going away for an entire weekend. I am trying to do as varied content as possible because I do have viewers that prefer bigger houses, like 40 by 30s. I also have viewers that want mansions, but 64 by 64 houses literally take like 30 hours for me to do. From building to video, like 30 hours. So I don't do a lot of those, and that's basically why, because it takes 30 hours. It's a lot. So I have to be really motivated to do a mansion, basically, which should be understandable. But yeah, I just wanted to explain a little bit about the whole process and how much time goes into it and why it's not possible for me to just jump straight into making medium-sized houses. But because of the poll, it is something that I am thinking about doing more. I think the build tomorrow, because for a change, I'm actually doing a video on a Monday. Usually I kind of take it very slow Sunday evenings, but I am doing a video tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a small to medium-sized house and a little bit different actually. It's something that's been requested quite a lot and I just haven't done it, and I haven't started it yet, so I hope I can get it done in time, but we'll see. Anyways, but yeah, that'll be a small to medium-sized house. So if you're really looking forward to medium-sized houses, tomorrow's video should probably be good for you. But yeah, again, please don't understand this as me complaining, because it's not meant like that. It's just me explaining to my friends a little bit more about what kind of time goes into this work or goes into videos and stuff, and why it's not possible to make bigger or medium-sized houses every day. You'll see it with other channels too. They kind of, at least people that upload very frequently, so I'm talking like 4 to 5 times a week, maybe even 3 times a week, you'll see that they also do bigger house, followed by a smaller house, followed by maybe an apartment or something, and then a bigger house again. Because we kind of have to delegate, is that the right word to use? Delegate the time? I don't know, spread out the time so that we can do a little bit of everything. And that's what I'm trying to do my best, or that's what I'm trying to do here on the channel. I'm doing my best. So anyways, also don't understand this as me wanting you guys to apologize, those of you who left those comments, because you don't need to. I just wanted to explain, and yeah, I hope that's okay. Also, I know that I'll be getting a few negative comments about me rambling like this, but I already know what's happening, so I'm kind of prepared. Anyways, that took a very long time to go through, so, but yeah, I've said what I wanted to say, and I hope it's okay with you guys. So we moved on to the interior, and I do want to say that the interior of this house is not the most colorful interior I've ever done. I kind of wanted to keep it sort of muted, a little bit toned down, and kind of gray as well. So I was very inspired by this wallpaper, which I know is super strange because it's literally just a gray wallpaper. But I decided to use it all over the house, and then with a couple of white accented walls here and there too, just to mix it up a little bit, because I don't like gray on gray too much, especially if they're the same kind of gray tone, like middle gray tones everywhere. I hate that. I find it so boring. I like when there's some contrasts in interiors, so I'm using a lot of white actually in this interior, but also darker gray, and then I'm keeping the medium gray walls as well. So there's a little bit of different tones, but it's very muted still. Also, there's a couple of rooms in this house that I'm not including in the video, but that's basically just because the video is very, very long and I didn't want it to be longer, because that's a very long voiceover to do, and no, my lungs are not doing the greatest today. I don't have the virus, just don't worry, I do not have the virus, I'm not coughing, it's just, like I said, my chest feels a little bit tight. Also, doing 30-minute voiceovers is not fun for anyone. So, except if you have like a lot of stories or something, but I don't leave my apartment. I have no stories to tell. Nothing exciting is happening in my life right now, so I don't have stories for 30-minute voiceovers these days. It's not happening. Denmark is in lockdown, so we are told to kind of stay in our houses. We can leave our houses, or apartments, but it's advised that we don't. So I might be going on a walk on Tuesday, but I think that's about it. Other than that, I'm just staying in my apartment. I'm gonna combine the walk with grocery shopping. Hopefully there'll be some... Actually, I don't need toilet paper. I'm good. I'm covered. I'm one person living in an apartment by myself. I don't use a lot of toilet paper. You're welcome for that TMI. Anyways... But yeah, so not a lot going on these days other than just looking out the window, looking at it suddenly being sunny, and then it rains, and then it snowed the other day, and I'm like, what's happening here? It hasn't snowed at all, like, since I moved home, and then snowing in March. What is that about? And yeah, other than that, I gave my plant a shower today, but that's pretty much the most eventful thing that's happened to me all week. So... great. It kind of sounds like I'm having a meltdown, but I promise you I'm not. I'm just kind of joking. Except I did actually give my plant a shower, but it's good for her. Her plants, or her leaves, sorry, were turning a little bit brown, so I figured maybe she needed some extra water or something. There must be some plant enthusiasts out there. Hello, if you know anything about dwarf banana plants, when the edges of their leaves turn brown, you're supposed to give them lots of water, right? If not, please tell me, because I need to do something about that, because I don't want her to completely wither or whatever that's happening with her. So anyways, yeah, that's basically been my day so far, and now I'm doing this voiceover. Let me know if any of you are super hyped for, what's it called, Animal Crossing. I kind of spaced out for a second there. I swear I know the game and the title, but I just kind of spaced out for a second there. I brain farted, that's what it's called. Let me know if any of you are excited about that. It's coming out when it's coming out? On the 20th, I think, in 5 days or so. And I'm kind of excited. I don't really know that franchise very well, and it's kind of embarrassing because people keep asking, my friends keep asking, like, oh, we need to play together and stuff. And I'm like, yay, sure, but I don't know what to do or what the game is about fully. I am planning on playing it, but I just don't really know what it's about. But are you guys excited about it? Because it looks super cute. And yeah, I just want to hear you guys out, since we're not really getting a new pack announcement by now. Or maybe they're going to tease something tomorrow. I don't think so, but it may happen. Crossing my fingers. Not really sure though. But since it doesn't look like we're going to get a new pack announcement, even though we really want one, let me know if you're excited about any other games coming out. I know Cyberpunk is coming out not this month. Is it next month? The 17th of April, I think. I'm very excited about that game. So anyways, other than that, let me know. I should have probably explained what rooms I'm not actually showing on cam. So basically there is a garage, but It's not a proper garage. I turned it into sort of like a games room, and also they have a treadmill out there. They have one of the what's it? Oh my god, periodic tables. Yes. And also a couple bookcases. They have the foosball table and, you know, a little bit of everything for like skills basically. And there's also an office in this house as well. A very, very small office, but I did include one just because I felt like the house was huge and I could easily fit it in there, so I did. They also have two living rooms actually. So this is the bigger one. This is probably the one that they would take their guests to if, you know, they have guests over. They would sit in here and talk together. I actually plan on placing an extra chair in there, but I just kind of forgot, so that's a little bit embarrassing. And then they also have another TV room actually. And that's supposed to be more like a games room as well, so they have a couple of consoles in there. I think I put some music players in there too, and also a chess table. They have an aquarium in there as well. They have lots of toys for the kid and the tiny human just to go crazy with, play around with and stuff throughout the entire house actually, except from in the dining room and the kitchen. But other than that, throughout the entire house, lots of toys. And yeah, I just wanted to make it perfect for all of them. Actually, let me know, what is your favorite profession in The Sims 4? Because I want to do, usually when I do family homes, I tend to kind of imagine what the parents would work as. So, for example, in this house, I have actually no idea. But usually I kind of try to pretend like they're teachers or directors, business directors, whatever they're called, business people. Yep, let's just call them that. And you know, like gardeners or whatever else we can come up with. Some of them are art critics or chefs or some other things. But let me know, what is your favorite profession? Because I feel like I stick to building for the same professions over and over. Teachers are is one of the most popular with my houses, which means that I tend to build houses a lot for teachers. I think it's because my dad was a teacher and I lived with him, so I just know what the inside of a teacher's home looks like. At least my dad's home. It was very booksy, let's call it that. Very booksy, lots of bookcases everywhere. I've talked about this several times. We just had a lot of bookcases, not just with books on them. We also have VHS tapes. That was surprisingly difficult to say. And like music, we had a lot of LPs, like vinyl, like because you had, oh, I don't even know what these things are called in English, but you know, the big vinyl music things, CDs, music discs. I don't really know. Anyways, yeah, we had a lot of those around too, so just a lot of bookcases with a lot of different things, not just books, but that was basically our house. And yeah, so I think because I know what a teacher's house looks like, at least my dad's house, I kind of do that kind of interior a lot. But let me know, what is your favorite profession in The Sims, and I will try to pick out some new ones to decorate for. I think that's fun too, because I get to sort of imagine what a police officer's house would look like, or an artist's house would look like, or something else. So this is the other one of the two living rooms, and this is the one that's supposed to be a little bit more casual, let's say it like that. So the other one was the formal living room. This is the casual living room, and this is where they have the consoles too. We've moved on to the parents' bedroom, but I just wanted to, anyways, talk about the other living room just a little bit. I've not used an aquarium for over a year, but I had some empty space, so I was like, what could I put in there? What's fun to put in a build, and what is something that you don't usually put in your builds, but could be fun to add to this one? So, and also something that's not necessarily a skill building item, because I knew that I still had the garage to fill out as well, and I was planning on putting skill building items in there and also games and stuff. So I was like, an aquarium. That's what we're gonna do, an aquarium. Yes, so I put an aquarium in there. I'm really excited about that because I swear I've not used one of those for a year or maybe 1.5 years or something. I just don't use the aquariums a lot, but it's super pretty and it fit in there, and yeah, I'm happy that I used it. So the parents' bedroom here is on the ground floor, and they also have a walk-in closet actually, so a proper walk-in closet, not one of those from Get Together. And that is basically because I had a lot of spare spare space, whatever. This little area of the house was a little bit too big to just turn into one room. I would have had to turn it into like another big living room if I did that. Or I could put another kitchen in here, possibly combine a kitchen with a dining room, but then I'd have two other big rooms in another part of the house where I did put the kitchen and the dining room, and I wouldn't know what to do about those. I didn't want them to have an indoor pool because the house doesn't look like a house that would have an indoor pool. So I decided to put, basically I split it up a little bit, and then I decided to put the master bedroom down here. They also have their own pretty big bathroom, if I may say so. Usually I don't build my houses like this, but it's just because the house is a little bit bigger. They could have their own bathroom and also a walk-in closet. They even have a dresser in their bedroom too, and their own couch, and I think also a bookcase in there. So maybe all their favorite books are in there. If they want some peace from the children or something, they can sit in there and read a book and just relax. And yeah, it was a little bit fun to do something different. So I feel like this might be the only bathroom that I'm including in this video, by the way, but I actually like the parents' bathroom better. This is the one that is right next to the front door. So I also put, it's right next to the kitchen too. So I put the laundry machines in here. I realize it's different from country to country where you put your laundry machines. In Denmark, in a lot of cases, you put them in the basement. Sometimes they have them in the bathroom. If you're in newer apartments, they'll be in the bathroom. But if you're in older apartments, they'll be in the basement and you all have to share. I have my own laundry machines in the bathroom right now. But in my dad's old house, we had them in the basement. So yeah, it depends a little bit on building to building, but also country to country. So I kind of do whatever I feel fits for the house, basically. So for this house, I decided to put the laundry machines in one of the bathrooms just because I didn't want to dedicate a whole room to just the laundry machines. I have done that before though. We'll probably do that again, but I just felt like it didn't fit this house. So we have moved on to the second floor now, and this is the teens' bedroom. So the whole layout of this room was a little bit difficult to figure out just because I was having, like, the corner of the room is a little bit weird. There is a walk-in closet from Get Together, and then another two squares that are kind of like, it's weird. It's like it's sticking out from the rest of the room. It's not just a square or a rectangle. It's kind of sticking out from the square. I don't know how to explain it. You also didn't see the floor planning because I cut it out because it just took ages to do. Trust me, I was panicking when I was doing the floor plan for this house because it hit me that I've not done a 40 by 30 this size for a long time. I have done a couple of tiny houses and smaller houses on 40 by 30s, and then I've done something different with the landscaping so that it worked out. But it's been a while since I've built a house this size on a 40 by 30. So I was panicking a little bit with the floor plan. Not gonna lie, just gonna be full on honest with you guys. I was panicking just slightly. That was interesting because I used to do these houses all the time. I used to do houses this size a lot before I lived by myself and I had different things to do before my mom came over to visit and stuff. I would have a little bit of extra time. So I used to do these houses quite a lot, maybe like 3 times a week or something, but it's been a while, so panic mode was on, and it was fun. It was fun to deal with, but it's okay. The floor plan turned out fine, at least in my opinion. It's a little bit messy, but I feel like it works still. So I'm listening back to, because I'm really focused on fixing the echo these days in my room, so I'm listening back on some of my voiceover parts, which I hate, by the way. I hate listening to myself. I don't know how you guys can sit through my voiceovers, because honestly, I would not be able to. But anyways, not to majorly diss myself, but nobody really likes the voice or the sound of their voice, do they? That's normal, right? To just not like the sound of your voice. That's completely normal, right? Yeah, okay, anyways. But I'm listening back just to hear like how bad is the microphone picking up my S sounds, and because I know that's an issue. Sometimes it sounds a bit like I have a lisp. I don't actually have a lisp, but also the echo in my room is a little bit crazy these days. I don't know what changed, or if anything changed, or if I just hadn't really noticed it before and now I just can't stop focusing on it. So I'm planning on, for those of you who do get annoyed by it, I'm planning on buying some padding for one of the walls in here just to take a little bit of the echo. I feel like that would work. I wanted to just, yeah, point that out. Anyways, we were actually past the child's bedroom, but it was pretty quickly over with, I feel like. They had a lot of toys in there, everything else they should need, like a dresser and a bed, of course. They actually have their own walk-in closet too. And then, you know, other than that, they still have toys just spread around the house and also outside, actually. Just wait until you see the backyard. I definitely spoiled the kid just a little bit, so you'll see that in just a few. Also, I think I forgot to mention, but I did actually put in food bowls, and there's also a toy box for a dog outside, so they can have a dog if they want to. There is also plenty of space to put a litter box somewhere in this house, along with a cat scratching tree or one of those other cat trees that I have no idea what are called. You could put those anywhere in the house too. It's a very spacious house. So you could have a cat in here as well. I was about to say dog again. You could have 2 dogs too if you want to. That's also an opportunity. There's 5 people or 5 Sims living in this house. You could easily have 3 animals. It's okay. Anyways, we have moved on to the backyard now, and as you can see, I did not have a lot of space to deal with because I was focusing on making the driveway to the garage very pretty at the front, so it wouldn't have any harsh turns or anything, because I feel like that would be a little bit annoying if you were driving the car, even though I know they can't drive the car, but it would still be a little bit annoying. So yeah, I wanted to make the driveway look nice from the front, and that just meant I had to move the house a little bit backwards, and that made the backyard a little bit smaller. But they do have a pool here. They have a small lounge area with 2 couches from Perfect Patio. There's a couple of plant pots here where you can plant fruit trees, and there's also a pirate ship for the kid, plus a dollhouse over in one of the corners, and of course a toy box that I mentioned before. So they have a little bit of everything, a few activities for them to do here in the backyard, and also on the back patio they have a grill area too, with space for 5 Sims total, so for the whole family. So I feel like the layout of this backyard actually worked out pretty well, even though there's not a whole lot of grass, but they have plenty of grass in the front yard though. Plenty of free space. Also, I did cut out a little bit of the landscaping at the front of the house, so you may be thinking that the sides of the houses are completely free of landscaping. My builds don't work like that. I do landscape everything if possible, including backyards. I feel like a house is not done if it doesn't have a backyard. Maybe that's just, I don't know. I just feel like there's something missing, except if it's like a tiny house or something, then sometimes I'll stick to just the front yard. But when it comes to medium-sized houses or bigger houses or mansions, I need there to be a proper backyard, otherwise it just doesn't feel finished. So I always landscape at the sides of my houses and also at the back of my houses, even though you may not see it in the video. There's always plants there, just want to point that out. But yeah, I cut that out because it was getting a little bit repetitive, and I felt like you'd already see me do it at the front of the house, so it wasn't really important. So yeah, but there are plants. Just want to point that out again. I'm having a call tonight with a couple of friends. You may know them actually. Kristen Marie XO and also Samarki, and Arson Girl Gaming Heather might make it as well. And we're gonna be playing Minecraft together. It's gonna be fun. I haven't talked to them for a while. It's been a while since like all of us sat down and had a call together, but it's so cool when we do. It's so nice and just cozy and fun, and yeah, we just go a little bit crazy. We go not hunting together, but mining together, I suppose. We have a dragon mod on our server so that we can go hunt dragons, which is pretty freaking cool. So the last time I was on the server, which is a while ago by now, it was during Tiny Living release actually, I managed to hunt down several dragon spots so that we could go back and then show Sabarki the dragons, because I don't think she's seen a lot of them in the game because it's a mod, so you kind of have to have the mod installed for them to be there. But that is what we're going to do, and it's going to be super fun. Also, if you are interested, I wasn't planning on plugging this when I started talking about Minecraft, by the way. Just want to point that out. But if you are interested in Minecraft, I do house tutorials on my other channel. There's a link to it in the description down below. I might start an LP over there sometime soon. Actually, I might do a tour of my little area, my little home on the server that I have with my friends. And yeah, at some point, if the channel grows just a little bit, I will probably also start a server for those of you who are interested and those of you over on the second channel that are interested in that. So that might be happening. And also for the Discord members, because I think that would be fun and we could build together and just expand the server together. I think that would be lots of fun. But yeah, link to that in the description down below. Other than that, we were basically at the end of the video, so I'm gonna wrap up this voiceover now. If you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. Again, I hope it's okay that I spend a little bit of this voiceover just talking about some more personal things and just explaining a little bit more about what kind of time and work goes into making these videos, if you didn't already know, if you're not already making videos yourself, and yeah, if you wanted to know as well. I don't really know. I hope it's okay though, and again, it wasn't meant as complaining, it was more meant like a talk, like a friend to a friend. So anyways, yeah, I hope it's okay. But that is about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Sleeves rolled up, glasses on, and then you make that smile and my heart starts racing when I'm with you. When I'm with you. Like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. You got your high heels on, I'm wearing my worn-out jeans. What could go wrong? Sipping on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want is you. You make my world spin round and round. Sometimes I don't know what to do, cause my heart starts racing when I'm with you. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything